So as mentioned, I'm also part of the We For Us, but also in politics, and hence how I met Debbie in terms of the plight for farmers. Now, most of you don't know, Scope knows Mr. Lekota, who fights for the plight of farmers, and we all do in South Africa. I just want to read a quote before we go on from President Ronald Reagan in America, and I think it's very applicable to the plight of farmers in South Africa. And he stated that we're nothing without the farmers. They're the backbone of this country, and everything we do to help them helps our country and its future. Now, in South Africa, we have a dwindling farming community, which is under 30,000 farmers currently. It was the amount of farmers used to be much more in South Africa than what is currently now, even after 1994. Now, we know that in South Africa, the importance of farmers in this country, up and coming, our established farmers, and even the farmers that might go on retirement because of the depth of knowledge they have that needs to be carried over. But in South Africa, it seems that the government is not supporting the farmers. If you go overseas to Europe or if you go to the Americas, farmers get subsidized by government and they can compete against the rest of the world. In South Africa, the farmers must plead for assistance in terms of drought, but specifically in terms of crime. Now, we know that if we look in Cape Town, for instance, we have our police, but even our police needs the Metro Police to assist them because there's not enough resources to assist. And even with the Metro Police, they're even asking for more resources. And we know that then when there's a call out in the community for police to come out, many times we are not attended to because somebody else might have had a call out. Now, our farmers are in remote areas. They don't have the privilege that we have in centre to be assisted like we are. Now, if you take away food security in this country, which is very important for this country, you mess with the economy of this country. And people like Debbie, who goes out of her way as a normal citizen of this country, standing woman alone to fight for the plight of the farmers, should be applauded. If we look at the current farmers, whatever they produce, there's a chain that benefits from that production. Sometimes a whole town, sometimes factory, and not even to mention the people that's working on the farm. If that farmer is killed, or his workers is killed, or that farmer is traumatized, doesn't want to farm further, then that production line is lost. That injection to that community as part of the economy is lost. People lose their jobs, people lose the income, and it will hurt the economy of South Africa. It's imperative that we go further than what has been done up until now. In actual fact, we say that farmers should be looked at as a national key point. It should be protected like a national key point so that our production line and food security can be secured. Many farms are up for sale right now, and we're talking about land expropriation, but there's so many farms that is out there to be bought. Many people are leaving a farm. I just saw recently a YouTube video where a farmer is crying. He's just sold his land because of the fact that they've been attacked. To have a child whose hands is bound behind his back and to be put into a bath and to be drowned in hot water, that's terrorism of note. And currently our farmers is getting terrorized. In actual fact, we've got terrorist acts that's happening. Now, if we have political parties, and I'm not going to mention names right now, but if we have political parties that it says kill this, kill that, or you must go out of this country because you're not supposed to be here, it's affecting exactly that. It's affecting the production of food security in this country. Do we want to become a Zimbabwe? Do we want to be a country with no food? This morning I saw a farmer that's got no feed for his animals because of the drought. He goes into the trees, and the birds who is nesting in those trees, he uses that nest to feed the animals because he gets no support from government. Yet the farmer must pay tax. Yet the farmer must secure his own farm, his own family, and the people working for him on the farm, because The people working on his farm is the biggest investment that he's got, because without the people on the farm, the produce cannot be harvested. So he uses his own resources. He secures his own farm, yet the government still tax him on top of that, tax him on securing the farm as well, because if you've got to put up fencing, you've got to pay VAT on that. So what Debbie is proposing with this movie is to highlight the plight of not only of the killings and the tortures of the farmers in South Africa, but about the future of this country. Because without a farm, without a farmer, without the people working on the farm, we've got no food. Without food, we've got no production line, we've got no security of economy. Our plight is not only to the South Africans, our plight is also to the farmers. When you see this recording, please get in contact with us. If you have not been in contact with us, state your plight with us and we will take it further. But most important, we need every South African in South Africa to support our cause. Come and support us on the 27th, where we're not only standing for a crime against farmers, but crime from Hanover Park right through to a town let's say in Tabatu or in Katu, other side of Kimberley. Let's do that. Let's support one another. It should not be about culture. It should not be about race, as Debbie said. It should be about us fighting collectively against all forms of crimes in this country, but also to secure our future, not only in the suburbs, but especially on the farmers, where the farmers are vulnerable.